Hey folks, well, it's been about 6 months since I rescued a dark phase timber rattlesnake from some folks' land out in Sapphire, North Carolina. The snake has spent the entire winter here in the nature center, and now it is time to take the snake back home to its native habitat. This time, I don't know if you actually remember the last time we ventured out to pick this snake up, but I had to use my Nissan Leaf. Let's take a look at it, just in case you've forgotten. My Nissan Leaf is a fully electric car, as you may know, or maybe not, if you've not been following me. And it has a range of about 60 or 65 miles, depending on how you drive it and the terrain that you are driving on. Well, back last fall when we first found this snake and rescued it, the car was not fully charged and I barely made it to my destination. But today, different story. The car is fully charged. So now I can unplug it and hang up the charger on the probably the only chicken coop charging station in the entire world, but I have no way of verifying that. This time last year, this coop was just poles and a roof, but now we finally have our hens, and they'll be laying very soon. So, car is fully charged, the snake is inside. We'll take a look at him when we get to our destination, but if you want to know more about the history of this snake and the exciting adventure that I went on back last fall when I almost ran out of juice in the car to rescue the rattlesnake, take a look at this video. Yeah, it is time for us now to head back up to Sapphire and release this rattlesnake back in its native habitat. But this time we're not going to release it exactly where we caught it. We're going to release it a little farther out. And so let's do it. Yeah, I think I will take the charging cable just in case. I think I'll make it there and back no problem, but you know, it's always good to be prepared. The sounds you hear, that's the rattlesnake in this bucket marked live fish, do not eat. But that's the only thing I had. Solid plastic, he can't bite through it, so should be good. Off we go. Hey Saoirse, would you go over in the other seat? Go on. This is Saoirse. Saoirse was bitten by a copperhead yesterday. You can see on her muzzle that it's where the copperhead bit, right here. I know. And she's very swollen, but she's doing very well. I've been watching her all day. She's on medication. She went to the veterinarian yesterday, and she's going to be fine. She just needs some rest. So I've been watching her today, and I'm going to take her back to her owners where she can rest some more. Kind of ironic, isn't it? I'm taking a rattlesnake back into the wild, and I'm toting a dog around that was bitten by a copperhead. But that's my life. Okay, so we're ready to roll. We have a state of charge of 91.6. That's awesome. The car typically charges to 91 or 92%. Due to its age. It's got 37,000 miles on it, and 16.4 kilowatts, so that should get us about 60 miles or so, so that should be good. Since most of the trip going out is fairly downhill and flat till we get to the end, and then coming back it'll be downhill from the beginning for the most of the journey, so we shouldn't have much trouble. We may not even need to charge at the other end. All right, here we go. Need to go drop off Saoirse, and then off we will go on the journey to return a wild rattlesnake to its native habitat. Well, I'm about 3/4 of the way to my destination, and I've used only half of the battery capacity of my car. So I'm doing really well. It's pretty much all downhill from right where I just crossed over the line back there. The line, yeah, the imaginary line that is separating uphill from downhill. And so from now on out, it's going to be a lot of regeneration. My car's going to be making power instead of using it, and that's a good thing. So if let's see, I have 49.5% state of charge on my battery, and I'm about to turn on to the last leg of the journey. So far so good. A lot better than last fall when I started out with a 3/4 full battery and almost didn't make it. Okay, well, I just turned on the final leg of my journey. I'm probably about a mile from the location where I'll be releasing the rattlesnake. Down to 41.6% of a charge on my battery. And of course, I've been going up a lot of hills, so my car's telling me, the Gisometer, as we call it on the Nissan Leaf, is calculated that I can only go about 19 miles at the current way I'm driving. So if I continue to go uphill a lot, I can only go about 19 miles. But in reality, it's probably more like about 30. And here we are, made it. Tiny little dirt driveway in the forest, leading down to a beautiful hidden home. That's just, it's beautiful. It's incredible. I don't know, it's utopia. I can't think of any better word than that. It's a gorgeous place. We're almost there. And here we are. Take a look at how pretty this place is. Absolutely beautiful. So we've made it with 39.6% of the battery remaining, 18 miles on the Gisometer, and here we are. Let's take this rattlesnake home. Hot, back here's a little cooler. So,
I can take it inside.
Oh really? Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Just a pita and some rice in my coconut water. All right, let's plug this car in. All right, and it's charging.
Okay.
Cool. How far away do we need to go to deposit?
We'll walk up.
We're gonna walk? Okay,
Yeah.
Great. I just got bitten by a rattlesnake. So, damn. Got to keep my hand up. Would you have? Yeah. So you got that? Okay. You can put that. Pocket because, yeah. So, most important thing here: do not panic. It's kind of hard to not panic when your finger is getting really painful. Like I said before, the panicking is going to come when I tell my wife I was bitten by a rattlesnake. From what I can tell, I only got one fang in me. But I can tell I got a dose of venom. I can feel it.
Yeah.
So,
we'll get you all set up when we get back.
Yeah, I would think the best course of action here is for you to call 911
Okay.
and have them, let's see, the closest hospital would be where?
Pennsylvania.
You sure? I know they have Antivin, several vials of it, if I'm going to even need it, which I probably will.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go all the way to the Highlands.
No, there's not anything in,
There's nothing in Canada.
yeah, I guess we're going to have to go all the way down. Or they're going to have to frickin' fly me out of here, but I don't think it's that bad. Okay, so my finger is feeling kind of warm right now.
Okay.
I'm hoping it was a dry bite,
Okay.
but my lips are kind of tingling.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign. And my tongue feels kind of weird. I'm holding my hand up. Maybe that's the wrong idea. That might actually get it to the heart quicker. Do you want to run on ahead?
Okay.
Well, actually, that's probably a bad idea because if I fall out on the trail, then I'm going to be here by
I
myself.
don't want you to get lost. That's the key. It's
Yeah.
not that far,
And my lips are tingling.
so-
Okay, yeah, this feels weird. I think for sure it was only one fang. Look at my finger swelling.
Yeah.
This is not the way I wanted this day to go. I'm gonna have to ask you if you wouldn't mind driving me. I can't drive myself to an ambulance. This just blows my mind. As careful as I've always been, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe this has happened. My throat's feeling like it's closing up. When we get to your house, just call 911 and tell them that man bitten by a timber rattlesnake. We need fast as possible evacuation because his lips are tingling and airway might be closing up. When we get to your house, do you have Benadryl? I need a big dose of Benadryl. Do you have an EpiPen? Okay, well, we won't worry about that. How much farther is it? It's not far, I don't think. Oh, I'm going to be in such trouble. Such trouble. Probably the worst trouble of my life. All because I wanted to help a rattlesnake. Oh. I just can't. If something happens to me, please get this camera to my wife. Oh, really? Will you? I mean, if you could drive me to meet, I think it's going to be better than just them coming here because it's going to take so long because we're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so my lips are really tingling and my finger is very swollen and getting redder. It's sort of ironic, isn't it, that just yesterday I took the little dog Saoirse, our little dog at work, to the vet for a copperhead bite. Yeah, and she was bitten in the face and her whole face is swollen and she's doing well. I feel really strange, sir. Do either of you guys know CPR? You got bitten on this finger. Let's go. We got to get 911 called. This has never happened to me, obviously. And I hate to say there's a first time for everything, but I was hoping this would never happen to me. Yeah, my throat's kind of getting tight. Please call 911 as soon as you can. I need to sit down if you can.
Yep, come on in.
So they've called 911. It's going to be about 10 minutes before we get out to the ambulance.
Would something like this work? I've got
Well, an ace bandage would be better. I got to wrap my whole arm. I got a compression in my arm if there is anything like that. But best thing is just getting out of here.
It's okay, Zephyr. It's okay.
I'm sorry about
You
this.
can't help.
I'm sorry.
It's life.
Yeah, I hope it's still life after this.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest feeling. All my arms and legs are tingling. My face is now tingling. Okay, so I'm walking out to the car. At least I can still walk. I have to leave the electric car here, whatever that is good for. Right now, that doesn't matter. I just got to get to a doctor because I'm numb all over. All right, so we're on the way to meet the EMS. It's about a 10-minute drive, and my face is tingling, my arms are tingling, my feet are tingling. I can still walk and move around, at least last I checked. I don't think I got a really big dose, and I think it was only one thing. But I know I got some because I am feeling very strange. I don't feel any pain yet, other than at the bite site, which is just a tiny puncture. I don't know if my face looks like it's swelling up or anything, but it sure feels like it is. But what I need to say here is, this was the stupidest thing I've ever done. The stupidest thing. Obviously, I got slack. And I hope this ends well, but if it doesn't, I hope this is a lesson to you out there watching that, you know, don't mess with rattlesnakes. Let them live. Let them live in their habitat, and let them do their thing, because they're important creatures. They're beautiful creatures. They have a right to live. They have a very important place in nature, but they do have a defense. And I made a mistake. Biggest mistake of my life. I hope I can live to tell about it later. And that's what I'm going to try to do. But Marion, my love, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you married a guy who plays with rattlesnakes. Okay, I guess I don't play with them, but you know, I'm sorry that this happened. Hey, honey. Yeah, I'm in an ambulance. I was bitten by a rattlesnake. Can you believe it? Okay, now, please don't freak out. Okay, well, yeah, freak out. I'm freaking out. And we were climbing up a fairly steep slope, and I had my snake chaps on my legs. I don't know where, they're not on my legs now. I guess I must have took them off for some reason, but anyway, when I was walking quickly down the mountain, I didn't run, I took my time. Anyway, we were climbing up a slope. Not very steep, but it was kind of steep. And I just put my hand down, and there was a rattlesnake there, and it bit me. At least that's how I remember it, but I'm under the influence of Crotalus horridus venom right now. I'm tingling all over, my arms and my legs, my hands, my feet, my cheeks are tingling. It's a very strange feeling. It feels like I'm going numb. My teeth feel weird. Anyway, they're rushing me to the Transylvania Regional Hospital right now. This guy over here is setting up, I'm not sure what he's setting, it looks like heart monitoring equipment. And now it's raining to make it the ride even slower. I hope that is a very good ambulance driver. I'm sure he is. And I guess right now I'm kind of worried about getting car sick since I'm facing backwards. But yeah, so my arm's starting to hurt a little bit because I'm holding the phone with the arm that the finger got bit on. Probably not a good plan.
Keep it a little bit more neutral.
Yeah, you're right.
This is going on your chest, okay?
Oh, okay, go for it. Anyway, I really am sorry about this. I'm so sorry. I don't think I got a full dose of venom because it looks to me like I only have one puncture, and that's I mean, if that's the good thing that came out of this, that's the only good thing. And so I got bit by a rattlesnake. I'm so incredibly sorry that this has happened. This has been a wake-up call, to say the least. To be more careful in the woods. Be very careful in the woods. It could happen to anybody, I suppose. I guess that's how it goes, huh? Well, this is what I look like a couple hours after a rattlesnake bite. Still tingling all over. Very odd feeling. And here's my hand. Not much of anything really. It's just a single puncture. It's not a bad bite, I don't think, but it hurts. Okay, so it's been about 2.5 hours since the bite. My hand is really swollen now. It really hurts. My finger's been twitching in a really strange manner, and that's probably from the obviously from the venom destroying the tissue. It's had to be my right hand of all things. Damn. Okay, so here I am in the hospital, and they're about to give me the Crofab, which is the anti-venom. And I want you students to know that this is why you don't play with rattlesnakes. You don't mess with snakes in the wild. You don't do it, because you can end up like me. Look at my hand. Okay? Don't do it. I don't know how this is going to end up, but I may end up having permanent damage to my my tissue, and I'm right-handed, so who knows where this is going to go. So just please listen to your teacher. Don't mess with snakes. When you find snakes in the wild, let them be. Don't hurt them. Let them be. They have a purpose in nature. They have a place in the wild. They are very important in a healthy ecosystem and a healthy earth. But you know, if you encounter one, let it live. Let it crawl. Let it do its thing. Don't try to pick it up. Okay? Thank you.